Maymay, we want to tell them about our resort stays? Tell them everything, all their plans? Maymay, yeah? Hi everybody, so this video is really just me clarifying where we're staying, because I had told all of you the Disney resorts that Jim and I were going to be staying at over the next couple of months, and some of that's changed. Not because we wanted it to, but because Disney made some adjustments to when they're opening the resorts, and we just have to roll with it. So we're rolling with it. And then we did have a stay at the Swan and Dolphin Resort, which did not go well. I'm going to talk about that after going over these resorts that we're going to be staying at, just because there's some explaining to do with that, and this is fast. This won't take that long. So, this month, August, we are staying at the Caribbean Beach and Pop Century. Originally, we were going to stay at the Polynesian and the Art of Animation, which I hadn't told you guys about. I didn't tell you, I forgot. The Poly is the DVC section's open, but they decided to delay opening up the regular rooms, the non-DVC rooms, and that's what we had booked. So that got canceled, and the art of, I'm drawing a blank. I'm looking down a lot, guys, because I have this sheet in front of me of don't forget this, and I'm still anyway, and then the Art of Animation isn't opening when we booked at all. So they moved us over to Pop. So I'm looking at the calendar up here. Pop Century, we will be at next. That's our next place. That's a few days. And then we'll be going to Caribbean Beach. And I have filmed Caribbean Beach before, but it was a while ago, not that long ago, but it was when the new lobby opened up, and the redone quick service area, and it was worth filming because it was all brand new and looks really good too. So if you haven't watched that video, you should watch that video. I'm pretty happy with the changes they made to Caribbean Beach. But the one thing that wasn't done at the time of that filming was the gondolas. The Skyway wasn't completed. So I'll film the room again, and I will also film getting over to the gondolas and the Skyway and all that, since I couldn't do that last time. All I could show you guys was the construction last time. September, we are still staying at the Fort Wilderness Campground. However, instead of using our camper, we're going to be staying in a cabin. We saw a good price for the cabin, so I thought, well, why not? It might be fun to just drive in and not have to hook anything up and just stay there. And we figured that some of you don't have a camper, or you don't want to use a tent, and you might want to still enjoy the campground. And in that case, that would be a cabin. So cabin is what we are doing, but we're going to be staying at the campground again, and I'll get to that. Old Key West is after that, and we've never stayed there, and I'm pretty excited about it. We got a 1-bedroom villa. So how many nights are we staying there? We're staying there a few nights. It's kind of to make up for what happened to us at the Swan, which I'll get to. After that, we are staying at the Contemporary, which we've already done. We filmed the Contemporary last month, but this time we're going to stay in a garden wing room. So I'm going to show you that building and see if the room itself is any different than what you get in the tower. Then we're staying at the Grand Floridian for one night, just to film it mainly, and maybe sneak in some pool time. And that's after the NBA's out. So all those blue fenced, I was going to call them walls. I mean, they feel like walls when you're over there walking around, but the fencing with the blue tarp should all be gone. If for some reason it's not, and they haven't gotten it all down, Jim and I will cancel our reservation and we'll book it for another time, because that resort, it's beautiful, and you want to be able to walk around the grounds, and I want to be able to show you both pools and everything, and I can't do that when there's fencing everywhere. So it should be down though. I think we'll be okay. After that, in October, we have the campground again, but we'll be in our camper. we will be bringing May May with us when we stay at the campground, both times, when we're in the cabin and when we're in the RV. And when we're in the RV in October, that's actually May May's birthday. So I'm going to see about getting her like a little birthday dress or something. I don't know. I don't know if I have enough time. I have a couple of outfits for her, but they're like custom made because she's a poodle and she's got that weird poodle body, you know? And so when I buy her clothes in the store, they rarely fit her correctly. If I get her a medium, sometimes they fit, sometimes they're too tight. If I get her a large, they're always too big. Like, I just can't win with her. So usually I have to go to Etsy or something and have somebody make her something so that it'll actually fit. So I don't know if I'll have time to get something in time for her birthday, but at the very least, maybe I'll get her a cute little bow or something. Okay. Now it's time to talk about the Swan incident. Okay, so originally, for our anniversary, Jim and I had booked the Grand Floridian, but then we found out the NBA took it over, so that didn't sound fun, so we canceled it, and then we booked the Dolphin. And then we got a call about, or it was actually an email, about a week and a half before our reservation saying that the Dolphin actually wasn't going to be opened up. It's going to be completely closed off to the public, and they were moving to the Swan, and we were fine with that. You know, it's still the same pool and same everything, so fine. So we got there in the evening because Jim still had to work that day. It was the weekday, so he was working. So we got there 5:30 and checked in, no problem. Got into the room, and the master bedroom was wonderful, nice and clean, smelled clean, everything looked great. And then we walked over to the parlor. This was a suite, so it could either be a 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom suite. We had the 1-bedroom, and we walked into the parlor, and it didn't have the same smell, that clean smell that the bedroom did. But we didn't really think too much of it. It's a bigger space, so we thought it just, I don't know, it just doesn't hold scent the same or something. And we started to film. And immediately I noticed that the coffee section, as the tea and all that, it was missing stuff. It didn't have the tea, it was missing creamer. But I was like, meh, you know, I don't care. We're not going to drink it anyway. So it was a non-issue. But then we opened up the fridge. Is the other fridge? Oh no. People left food in there. We're gonna have to call them and have them come get it. And as soon as we opened it, this horrible smell came out and just filled the room. We weren't happy, obviously. I mean, so we shut that, and I was like, did I bring any perfume with me that I can spray to make it smell better in here? I did not. So Jim got on the phone to call about having somebody come up to take care of that and bring some air freshener. And while he was doing that, I started walking around to take pictures and things like that. And I noticed the counter hadn't been wiped down. You could see like rings from where cups had been set, you know, just some general messiness of somebody had ate there, you know, kind of thing. It wasn't like something really blunt, like spilt Coca-Cola or something. It wasn't like that, but it was clearly people had used this counter and it had not been wiped down. And then I went over to the sitting area, the living room area, where there was this really huge ottoman in the middle, and somebody had been eating and drinking on that too. I found crumbs, and I found some sort of liquid that had spilled on it. And it just seemed pretty clear to me that the unit really hadn't been cleaned. It just maybe lightly someone walked through and did some things, but they didn't wipe anything down. I questioned if it had been vacuumed because I found crumbs in the carpet, and obviously the fridge hadn't been emptied. The trash bins were empty. So they did that. They did leave behind in the master bedroom, some sanitizing wipes, which made me really happy. I was like, oh, cool. Awesome. If I can use this to wipe down the controllers. Because in the Disney-owned resorts, they put the controllers for the televisions, the remote controls, in these little plastic bags, the stickers saying it's been cleaned. But the Walt Disney World Swan and Dolphin, they're not owned by Disney and operated by Disney, and so they don't necessarily do things the same as Disney. So their remotes didn't have anything on them indicating they had been wiped or cleaned. So I had already done this earlier. I'd wiped down the controllers. But then I took those wipes and started wiping down the counter and started wiping down the ottoman, and I was thinking I shouldn't be having to do this. And then Jim got off the phone, and he didn't get a hold of anybody. He was on for like 10 minutes and said he's going to go downstairs and talk to somebody. So he did that. He came back up and said they were super apologetic, and they said they'd send somebody up to, clean the space and bring some air freshener. We waited about 30 minutes, and then I was like, I'm hungry. Let's go have dinner. They can get in. They don't need us here to get in, so let's go. So we left, and we went and had dinner in Disney Springs. And we took our time and did some shopping, walking around. And then we came back to the unit, and it had been about 3 hours. Came back, and nothing had changed. Everything was still the way it was when we left it. And yeah, we weren't happy. I was actually sad more than anything. I was sad and disappointed. And so Jim got on the phone again. He didn't wait 10 minutes this time. He waited about 5, and then he went down to talk to him again. And he came back up, and he said that they were super embarrassed, very apologetic. The gal behind the counter did not understand why nobody had come up. And we basically had decided at that point that we didn't really want to stay there anymore. It just didn't feel safe. Like, I know that sounds kind of dramatic, but just given the way things are currently, I don't know the people who stayed in that room before us, and I don't know if they were careful people that distanced and wore masks when they were supposed to, that wash your hands a lot. I don't know. So, but we know that they touched everything because we could see they were in there, and it hadn't been wiped down. So it just didn't feel comfortable or safe. And so we didn't really want to be there. So we had asked if we could just stay this night and cancel our other 2 nights and be refunded. And they agreed. So I ended up going to bed early. I was just I was just so unhappy, so sad. I didn't really want to stay up, and I didn't feel like I could enjoy the unit anyway. So I laid down, and I couldn't sleep. I rolled around all night, kept watching television. Jim got up to go to the bathroom just before 4 a.m. and I asked him, hey, can we go home? I'm not sleeping anyway. I'd rather go home and snuggle my dog, rather go see May than stay here. And he said, sure. So we got all our stuff, and we left and went home and went back to bed. And then that morning around 11, Jim got a call from the hotel, and they just wanted to know more. They wanted to know what exactly was wrong with the room, like other than the fridge, explain a bit more. Because I don't know if they would even know how dirty it was, because I did start wiping everything down. They said, and then we told them, we checked out at 4 a.m. We weren't, they thought we were still there when they called at 11. And we're like, no, because we had a late checkout too. They just automatically gave us a late checkout when we checked in for 2 o'clock, because Jim is, it's owned by Marriott, or I don't know. Anyway, Jim's like a titanium Marriott reward person or something. So he gets little things like that. He gets points and late checkouts and things like that. So anyway, they thought we were still there, but we were not. We told them we went home at 4, and so then they knew we really were not happy. And so they said they were going to refund us for that night too. So we were getting all our money back. And then we got a call again later from someone else there, and they sent us, and we already got it. They mailed it out right away. They sent us a gift certificate for 1 free night in a suite. So we really appreciated that. They really were super apologetic. They were really embarrassed. This isn't how they normally operate. something just went wrong. Somebody goofed, basically. Somehow along that day's cleaning, it got checked off that was good to go, and it wasn't. And every business has stuff like this happen sometimes. So we are going to stay at Swan or Dolphin. At some point, we're going to use the gift certificate, and I think we'll add a night too, so we have at least like 2 nights to enjoy the suite. I just don't know it'll be anytime really soon. We have to use it within a year, so within a year we'll be going back. I think the big issue with that resort, what it really was lack of staff. It seemed pretty apparent to us when we were there that there just wasn't a lot of employees around. And I think the ones that were working were just a little overwhelmed. They're doing their best to keep up with everything, and this room fell through the cracks. So I think maybe in the spring we'll try again. Maybe, hopefully by then things are a little more normal, and maybe more people will be staffed. Maybe the Dolphin will be back open and we could stay with the Dolphin. So we're not angry about all of it. It was a bummer. I mean, we never really do anything for our anniversary. And this was really the first time we were ever going to go out and stay at a hotel and do something for our anniversary. We've never done that. So we were really looking forward to it, and it just fell apart like almost immediately. I don't want to scare you guys away from staying at Swan Dolphin at all. I actually think it's a really nice resort, and the grounds are beautiful. And when things are back to normal, Jim and I aren't going to hesitate to stay there. In fact, even if we hadn't gotten the gift certificate, we would have given it another try. I don't feel like what happened is something that is a common issue at that resort at all. I think it was just we have bad luck. We have bad luck, and hopefully the second time around, no problem, no issues at all, and I don't expect that there will be. So this is not a video about hating on the Swan and the Dolphin. Absolutely not. Everybody we spoke to there was very professional and very apologetic and very nice, and we are absolutely willing to give them another try. And if you guys have stayed there, actually, I really appreciate this. Any of you watching, if you've stayed at the Swan and Dolphin, what were your experiences? Good or bad? But I'm not trying to badmouth this resort, and having some people comment about their good stays below would be helpful. And it will encourage Jim and I, to be excited for our next visit there, because I think that might be a smidge difficult. I think we're going to go in nervous because we really want to have a good time. We really want it to be, the way it should be. And there'll be this thing in the back of our mind, like, what if it happens again? And then what are we going to say? What can we ever come back again? We want to have a really good visit next time. So I think if we hear other people's vacation experiences there, it might make us feel better and make us excited again to stay there. So it would be helpful. You'd be helping me out. That is all this video is. This video is just telling you what resorts we're still staying at. I keep looking at my little list here and seeing if I forgot to tell you guys anything. No. And our issue with Swan and Dolphin, which has been resolved. Okay, that is it for this video. Just a little update on things, and comment below if you stayed at Swan or Dolphin, or if you have any questions about any of the other resorts that I mentioned that we're going to be staying at soon. If there's anything in particular you want to know about them before we go on those visits, let me know, because then I can film it for you, or I can look into something for you, or whatever. Since I will be there. And thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Hit like, hit subscribe. Notifications if you want to know when I upload. Next up will be probably a Chip and Dale video, so you have that to look forward to. Thanks again for watching.